Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. This is Elijah, and that's the program you listen to. I'm not Elijah because I named myself or my mom named me. I'm Elijah because the Lord God gave me that spiritual name, Elijah. Let's go. 3 books banned from the Bible. Jubilee, Enoch, Jubilee, and Hash, but you got to read last should be first should be last, so you read Hash. For it from time left to God to win a private claim the first time. Jubilee, everything that was going to happen to us from the time we left the garden until this day. And Enoch, everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation, everything was going to happen to us from generation to generation. So next book, the prophet, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, prophecy, judgment, execution of righteous judgment. So everything is in that book. Go get it. Got to know your demons. You're right here now. A lot of people are serving as demons. We're gonna get to that. Well, we already got to that, but we're always going back over stuff. The testimony of the 12 patriarchs. That's our fathers. He's told y'all gonna send Elijah in the last days. She'll turn the horse back to the fathers, fathers horse back to the children, children horse back to the fathers, father horse back to the children. So I'm Elijah. And the fathers he was talking about is the 12 patriarchs, our inheritance. Right. If you go get the 12 patriarchs, go to page 107. That's 107. That's our father Benjamin and what he left to us. But all they got everything in there first, but that's what they was talking about, inheritance. And all those books, which they have other books too also, but those books accumulate to this, the Holy Bible. So now you know. All right, next. It's another book. Say a book. Thomas, Mary, and James. Thomas, Mary, and John, the Gnostic Gospel. Go get it. Read all these books, man. All these books that cost over $100. I know you spent more than that over the years. So, matter of fact, these books might have cost me what? $70 altogether, $75 altogether. So, I had a program, WBOK. And WBOK AM 1230, that's in New Orleans, Louisiana. So you know where I'm coming from. I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana. And the station, you can get it on WBOK.com. And my program was every Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 10, but they're on hiatus or whatever they call it. And so that's why. But the Lord God used to give me dreams, and man, when the Lord God gave me a very important dream to put on that station, man, most 9 out of 10 times, that dream never got to that station. You know, because they will cut me off and do things, but people don't understand that demons know the future. Demons know the things that can hurt them the most, and they do their best. Oh yeah, they might not have me in their hand or palm, but they have others in the palm of their hand and get the others to do their work. But you know, you're not gonna stop the word of God. God's word is gonna get out. Whether you do it or somebody else do it, it's gonna get out. So understand that. Okay, well, you know I had 2 dreams, because that was just doing a program. The day is Sunday morning, first day of the week. And that's why I used to do it. Just Lord God give me the dreams over Saturday, all over the Sabbath. And man, just lay down. Let Lord God speak to me through those dreams, visions. Speak to me, high audible voice, whatever. And then Sunday morning I get up, have the scriptures ready, and go to it. But this morning is a little different because I'm on YouTube and I'm not at the station. So, but anyway, one of the dreams I had last night, man, I had about 6 dreams, but all of them was short. The longest one, part of that had already happened, the longest one. So I'm not going to tell you all that dream. But anyway, this dream here, this dream was about, I seen this tube, and the tube was full of blood. First it was a syringe. The next thing you know, the syringe, now when you go to the doctor's office and they want that tube of blood, well, something like that. So you put that syringe in there, got that tube of blood. Next thing you know, they had a whole tube of blood. And I know a tube of blood. I know that syringe when I see it because I know somebody's a diabetic. And I know how they do to get that blood. But anyway, so next thing you know, he showed me a gate. Man, this gate was, gate had to be about about 6 feet. It had to be about 6 feet tall. But they had a modern, it was closed modern, and they had no lot. It had this modern technology of the oh man, they had the modern technology of steel belts and steel cords. That's what they had, their modern technology like that, and that's how it was closed. They had the gates going across like that. Then they had the other one, but they had a crisscross going across the gate, and his gates was they had those cables. That's the name of them, cables. They had them big iron cable going across. And you know the lock that they had, it fit snug on those balls. One going up the top, one going across both sides, and it was across against it. And man, when I saw that, boy, I know that couldn't be good. No, indeed, that's trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how it's trouble. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell you how it's trouble. Back when the Catholic priest and Catholic church was going through all that, man, God showed me all that. God showed me that years, but I didn't know what it was about. All I know that those churches was gonna be closed, and I'll tell you those dreams some other time. But I know them churches was gonna be closed. All right. Now here's a dream. I told them one dream. Now here's the second dream. This dream here I had during the time, just before them priests and everything was going through all that, they was going to the Catholic Church. I was asleep and was awakened up. Went look out at the side door. My brother Jerry, he's like a messenger, standing at the driveway gate. Someone had taken a chain and put a note across and stretched across the whole gate. You know, they had a chain. Just like I told you, like an X, but this one was a chain and it had a note on top of it. And I asked my brother, what is that? And bring it to me. He brought me to the note. I read the note and it said Marty Parkley or Marty P. Somebody had died. That's what it said. That's what it said. But now I know who Marty P is now. Somebody had died. Then the message turned into an iron rod. That's what it did. Turn into an iron rod with his name at the top. And all it doing or everything he had done. Marty P. All the things that all it's doing and everything that he had done. Then I repeat it again. I gotta read it again. From the top to bottom, again, it's the same. It's the same. I did read what he had done out loud, but don't remember. Next, I was driving around a Chrysler white cream color. I had walked past a penny that was new at first, fresh minute. I was walking down the street, and I looked down, you know, at the zinc pennies. They're very new, and it was shining just like that. I can remember that. I can remember the whole dream, really, but I'm going to read it because it might be something I missed. And next, I looked down towards the river. Now, and there was a big blue container, big blue trash container. So down the river, they have this church called St. John of Arc. And it's about maybe a block and a half from the river. So I looked down that way. That was full with more debris and was all around it. That's right. That was there, a container. And it had trash and everything all around. It was filled up to the top with debris. I started walking back to the house, and the penny that had appeared fresh minute looked old with the face up. It looked old. Rust, you know how the old Lincoln penny looked after time. The copper ones. Face up. Next, I was driving around in a black small car, and then I took a key. And I had started it up. I didn't park the Chrysler in front of my house. I parked this black car. Wonder how my key fit the starter and started that car. So I wanted to, you know, you're in a dream, man. You're in a dream. But that's the way God gives you keys. See, you have keys, man. You got keys to start stuff and unlock stuff, man. God give you keys. It's all right. So next, I started walking back to the side door of my house, but I looked down I looked down under the front porch, and there was maggots under the porch. Man, did they have maggots? Man, the maggots, you know how maggots, when you eat something dead, get a whole lot of them. That's how it looked. I'm just telling you, I'm about to read it. All right, under the porch, I started looking for what they was eating on, and I wondered why it didn't smell something dead or rotten flesh. Because when you have maggots, you smell that dead and rotten flesh, and I wonder why. So I started looking, had it in my hand, a small wooden statue of a crucifix that was facing towards the river. So I went under the door and had a crucifix in my hand, a black crucifix, you know, like Jesus on the cross and at the bottom and stuff. And then when I took the crucifix out from all the maggots, and I had the maggots on it, and I took it out from under the maggots, and I brought it up, and it was black. It's a black crucifix. And I took it up, and it was facing towards the river. And as I took it out, still facing towards the river, under the stand of it was broken. They had maggots and black ants. As I lifted up, the black maggots and black ants, I lifted up, and I saw that they were coming from on or eating on the fresh piece of a chicken breast. The breast looked fresh. It didn't look like it had been there long. The crucifix was black. So, and then the next thing I know, man, that's when they came hard, man, them priests and all like that. They started taking them and accusing them and all over the world. So you got to understand, this message that I'm giving to you, it's not just for you in the place where you at. This is a worldwide message. Just for all of Israel. Israel is scattered through the four corners of the earth. Whether they know themselves or not, they're scattered there. And another thing, we haven't repented. I was looking at this program called Global 3000, and they had this gentrification in South Africa. That's where it's at, in South Africa. And they had these group of people that came over there as slaves, and now they're invading the house. And like the law of God told you, don't mess with them strangers. So there has one South African that she was married this white Frenchman, and the white Frenchman, he got in. He got in. Now he's taking all the houses and everything. And they're doing the same thing in my block. Ain't nothing but another way. They just put a tag on stealing. It's easy for them to steal from us. Because what Jesus said, these people are robbed and they spoil. They're hidden in holes and they're behind prison walls. Yeah, man, they done us a job. Yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, so after that happened, so you know what happened to the, now I'm telling you what happened to the church. To the church. Yeah, he gave me stuff before that, what happened to the church. But now, like I said, that gate, now this next gate then closed up now, so I'm gonna see who that coming down on. Oh, it's coming down. Don't think it's not coming down on. It's coming down on. Yeah, I just don't know who. I just don't know. All right, another dream that I had. So, first dream, you know, they had this woman and man gambling. The man had a pile of nickels. The woman had chips. And I was lying down in the bed. I had poker chips also. But the man was losing, so I wanted to give him some of my chips. He had money. All right, so they had two doors, two rooms. In the first room to the right, they had the demons. Man, that room was filled up with demons. Oh yeah, they were filled up with demons. And the next room that was behind me, to the left of me, rather, they had a smell. You don't see a smell. So the man came in the house. Now this man, I don't even know. He came in my house and said, "Man, what is that smell?" He didn't say it was stinking or nothing like that. He said, "What is that smell?" And I tried to tell him, explain to him what the smell was, but in a dream I couldn't remember. All I could say it was dark. What I was burning was the smell was something dark, and the other smell was something light. But that's all I can tell him in the dream. But when I woke up, I know it was. The smell was frankincense and myrrh, and I burned that. Oh yeah, I burned frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense is the light, and myrrh is the dark. Oh yeah, you gotta burn that. If you want them demons don't like that smell. Ask me out, when you listen to the book of Adam and Eve, and Adam and Eve, man, I don't want to talk too much because you know I'm gonna tear up, start crying. All the stuff our father went to. Our father went to some stuff. Man, did he go through some stuff. But anyway, the holy angels brought him frankincense and myrrh and put that down there for to calm him down. They had to put that down there and calm him down so he could remember the garden from which he had came, because he still was trying to get back into that garden. And they just told him, say, no, Adam, you can't go. You have to wait to the, I think it was 550 days was 5,500, what, 550 days was 5,050 years. 5,500 years, that's what he had, that's what that was about. And so I burned my frankincense, man, them demons. You got to understand, Jesus told you the last day how it was going to be, and you living in the last days. Whether you want to believe it or not, you living in the last days. Man, you got demons all around. Demons everywhere. The whole world is filled up with demons. Didn't the Lord God say it should be like in the time of Noah? That's what he told you, man. Everything was corrupted. All one seed wasn't corrupted. All those that wasn't corrupted, he took them with him. He took them with him. All the seeds that wasn't corrupted, he took that with him. All right. He took those people that wasn't corrupted with him. Let me see. I'm going to find it. Just give me a few minutes. Now, you know I don't look for nothing. As the time go on, the Lord God put in my mouth. Why? Because these people going to tamper with the video. When these videos become known and stuff, people going to do all type of stuff. But you're going to know it's me. You know I'm not going to hide none of my mistakes. The running joke, all like that, man. When I'm hard diligently. See, when I first start off, I pronounce all the words, but as time goes on, my tongue gets tired. Man, I'm not used to doing all this speaking. Like Moses, he wasn't used to that. That's why he told him, get Aaron. All right. Okay, so now we go to chapter 5 of Jubilees. One thing before, you know, I skip in my mind, racing, all my mind. You don't be surprised how fast my mind is racing right now. All that with the Lord God putting him in to bring it forth to you. But we're going to digress for a minute. All right, let's go to, before I get into you and show you that Jesus of the last day, let's go to find about the 70 years. Because I was telling you about the 70 years, but I never got to finish the 7 years because guess God didn't want it. It went on to something else. So let's see. 70 years. So just forgive me. Be patient with me. Because I really want you to know this, because 70 years has a reason and a purpose for everything under the sun. Reason and purpose for everything under the sun. All right. So we go to Isaiah chapter 23. Isaiah chapter 23. Behold, I mean, I could read the whole thing, but see, you can go ahead and read it for you. That's Isaiah chapter 23. But I'm going to skip down. And we're going to go to how you shift, Isaiah chapter 23, verse 14. How you shift of Tarshish, for your strength is laid waste. And it shall come to pass in that day, Tyre shall be forgotten in 70 years according to the days of one king. After the end of 70 years shall Tyre sing as a harlot. Now you know, she'll sing as a harlot. All right. Take heart, go about the city, thou harlot that has been forgotten. Make sweet melodies, sing many songs that thou mayest be remembered. And it shall come to pass after the end of 70 years that the Lord shall visit Tyre. And she shall turn to a hire, and she'll commit fornication with all the kings of the world upon the face of the earth. And her merchandise and her hire shall be holiness to the Lord. It should be not treasured nor laid up, for her merchandise should be for them that dwell before the Lord, to eat sufficiently and for durable clothing. That's right. Oh yeah, that's what he said. Behold, the Lord make the earth, then you go to chapter 24. Behold, the Lord make the earth empty, make it waste, and turn it upside down and scatter abroad the heavens. I tell people all the time, bro, man, when the Lord God gave me that dreams, when he told me, showed me, and if you listen to my videos, man, you'll see in the video I tell you the dreams that he have given me to give to you, show you what he's gonna do in these last days, man. You gotta believe me. I'm just telling you. All right, here you go. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 11. And the whole land shall be a desolation and astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon for 70 years. All right. So you know we didn't serve. Come on, man. It's about slavery. It's about the slavery. All right, verse 12. And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon in that nation, saith the Lord, for their iniquity in the land of the Chaldeans will make it a perpetual desolation. I told you, man, in the dream. I told you the dream in one of my videos. I'm going to tell you again. Man, the Lord God, like a man, was speaking to me just like I'm from this thing telling you. He said, first year come, I'm going to cut off your right hand. Next year, I'm going to cut off your left hand. The next year, the third year, he took my head and did like that. I'm going to cut off my, it's going to be ended. All right? I will bring upon the land all my words which I prophesied against it, even as it's written in this book, which Jeremiah had prophesied against all the nations. Not against one, but against all the nations. Now, hold up, we're still in the 70 years, but he just told you what he's going to do. And then we go to chapter 29:10. For thus saith the Lord, after 70 years be accomplished, Babylon, I will visit you and perform all my good words towards you and causing you to return to this place. Now, you know who's in Babylon? Who? Who? All right. Okay. Then we go to Zechariah. Most of this are already read. Speak unto my people of the land and to the priests, saying, when you fast and mourn the 5th and the 7th months, even those 7 years, did ye at all fast unto me, even to me? When you did eat, and when did you drink, did you not eat for yourself and drink for yourself? Should not you hear the words which the Lord had cried by the former prophets, when Jerusalem was inhabited and in prosperity, and the cities there round about her, when men inhabit the south and the plain? Then the word came unto Zechariah, saying, thus speak the Lord of hosts, saying, execute true judgment, show mercy and compassion, every man to his brother. Oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, nor the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against your brother or hope. Wait a minute. But verse 11, 7 and 11. But they refused to, 7 and 11, but they refused to hearken and pull away their shoulders and stop their ears, that they should not hear. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone. Lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts has sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts. Now so didn't go on to say up there. I'll cut it short there. And about the former prophets, yeah, by the former. Right, wait a minute, I'm not finished. I told you I want to tell you about these 70 years, because 70 years is so important. Yeah, you say, well, you say, Elijah, how did 70 years are so important? I'm gonna tell you. When I finish reading to you, I'm gonna tell you. All right, Ezekiel, I read this in another video of mine. When thou hast completed, then again lie on the right side. For the house of Judah, 40 days, and I have appointed thee each day for a year. 40 days, and I have appointed each day for a year. That's why he told you after 70 years. So he said, why 70 years? Now I'm telling you, okay. Now you know how long we've been in slavery. I'm reading this again to you. Lie upon thy left side, lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it, according to the number of days that thou shalt lie, and thou shalt lie, and upon it thou shalt bear their iniquity. And I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity, according to the numbers of days. 390 days shalt thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. So 390 days, that's the days that's the slavery. That's the trade. And when you go, all you gotta do is go in the book of Jubilees. Go in the book of Jubilees. So when you go in the book of Jubilees, man, I'm gonna have to stop for a minute. So when you go in the book of Jubilees, all you go do the first chapter, in the very first chapter, he tells you about the slavery, the very first chapter. And he tell you about the two different slavery, bear in the very first chapter. That's what he's telling you. Then when you get to the second chapter, he finishes up and tell you about the slavery. Let me see. All right. Then when you go, which I'm doing now, so when I get to the fourth chapter, I'm telling you about Adam and why the 70 years have come about. All right. So all I can do is just tell you about it. Tell you about it. And the God goes in there and he tells you, look, now wait a second, wait. Gotta wait a second, because I'm the one who I'm not starting this video because I dropped something and wrote it down and I'm gonna start the video because of that, man. Come on, man. It's a reason to pray for everything on this sun. And God show you things, man. Things are not perfect. Man, you better get off that perfect stuff. It's not perfect, bro. You're looking for a perfect condition, it's never gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Perfect condition. All right, let's go back. Then thou hast accomplished them. Lie on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Judah 40 days. I have appointed thee each days for a year. So 40 days. So it was 40 days for Judah, and it was 30 days for the whole tribe of Israel. So that was 70 years. So that's them fake Jews over there. And when the 7 years started in 1948, and I told you that 2019, it's all right, 2019. So that's what he did. So now the 70 years are up. The 70 years are up, bro. How long you supposed to stay in slavery? Let's see how long you're supposed to stay in slavery. 400. I got a pen right here. All right. So yeah, 390 days. That's the whole slavery. Then you got 70 years. You got 40 years from the time they wouldn't let you go. So that's 440. Then you add 30 years to that. So that's 470 years. That's how long you stayed in slavery. Because, look, 490 plus 40, what you got? You got 430 years. All right, 430. All right, 430. 460 years. That's how long you stayed in slavery. That's the slavery's not over. Slavery's not over. So the slavery is over, but you being a servant for them, that's not over yet. That's not over yet. But it's gonna end because why? Because Lord God said, I'm gonna come back and get you just like I done before when you was in slavery in the land of Egypt. You got to come back because these people are not gonna let you go. Once again, I told you where to find that out, why these people are not gonna let you go. So when you go to this book, go to Joseph's slavery. Go to Joseph, King Joseph, in that book, and he's gonna tell you why they're not gonna let you go. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let me see if I can find the 30 years right quick. If I can find the 30 days, it's 30 days. If I can find 30 days right quick. If I can find it, I'll let you know. All right, let's see. 30 days. It got to be in the book of Ezekiel. No. No, they don't have it in there. No, they don't have the 30 days in there. But anyway, so it was 40 days for it was 40 days for Judah, and it was 30 days for the whole tribe of Israel. But Judah had to stay in it longer, live longer, 40 days. All right, so now we're going to find out why the 70 days are so. Why is 70 days? That's what we're trying to find out right now. Why is 70 days? Why is it 70 days? That's what we're trying to find out. Okay. So we're going to the book of Jubilees. That's found in this book. So we're going to Jubilees. We're going to chapter 4. Chapter 4. And we're going to verse 30. Chapter 4, verse 30. But if we now know it, that's page 121. And the whole book, page 121. Now, let's see. At the close of the 19, when I first read this, when I first time ever reading this passage, man, I teared up and cried. Oh yeah, boy, did I tear up and cry. At the close of the 19th Jubilee, in the 7th week, in the 6th year of it, Adam died, and all his sons buried him in the land of his creation, and he was the first to be buried in the earth. The first to be buried in the earth. He lacked 70 years from 1,000 years because of the 1,000 years are one day in the testimony of the heavens. Therefore it was written concerning the tree of knowledge, one day that you eat of it, you should die. It said, on the day that you should eat of it, you should die. Because of this, he did not complete the 1,000 years, but instead he died during it. Yep. That's why it's 70 years. So that's why we had to do those other 70 years. Oh yeah. So you know people gonna question that, but anyway, that's found in Jubilees, chapter 4, verse 30. It starts at 29, but verse 30 says it lasted 70 years. So now you know where the 70 years come back from, and that's why you know that you was in slavery for these 70 years, for these last 70 years, especially us, Judah. Those 40 years that he did on his right side, that was for us. And everything he said in came to pass. Everything those prophecies that they have to come to pass, it's about all of us, especially out of slavery part, that's come to pass. Now, it's about time to repent. But I told them gates, come out them church houses. Whatever you do, come out them church houses before these people bind you up, and then you'll be marching you to go get whatever, the beast, the blood, or whatever it is. They blind you, they bound you up, and that's what they're going to do. They're ready now. They're ready. Only 3 years left. Told you, man, I'm giving to you as the Lord God give it to me. Now, you might not believe that, but I'm giving it to you as the Lord God will give it to me, because that's how he gives it to me. In dreams, vision, night vision, he sent me to the scriptures from where it's at. That's what he does. Yeah. A dream that I had. And in the dream I had, I woke up and I was in this playground. And the playground had a fence all around it. And I seen one of the guys that I knew. And I know this guy was had done abomination. I know he did. And so as I looked at him and I saw him, and as I saw him, and I was looking for this church just before the Catholic Church went down. And I was looking for this church, and he said, and his church was on Washington and LaSalle. And I was looking for a church. It could be any church. It doesn't make a difference. And I asked him, and I looked for the church. I was looking for the church, and I saw him. He said, that church gone, just like that, because the church was no more there. He said, that church gone. I said, man. And that's when the Catholic Church went through all that, what they went through, because of the abomination that they have committed. So that's one of the dreams that he had gave when he first kicked off and gave it to me about the church. Not just that church, all them churches gonna come down. Watch. Keep watching. Keep watching. All right. So, man, it's just so much. You know, it's just so much. And a lot of this can be overcome if you do what? If you repent with your whole heart and keep the Sabbath day. That's your day. That day is meant for you. That day is for us. When Israel repent with their whole heart. And how do we repent with our whole heart? By keeping His law. Repent with our whole heart, keep His law and His commandments. Starting back, keeping the covenant day, the Sabbath day. That's the covenant day. Yep, back keeping covenant day. All right. So now we got that. We got the 70 years. We know where the 70 years come from. It's gonna come back to me what I started out on. Don't get patient. Be patient. Come back to what I started out. Like I said, I don't hear nobody here tell me, say, well, this is what you was this is what you started on. See, they haven't cared back to me as of yet, but it's gonna come back to me. So now we know about the 70 years, know about the slavery. Slavery is over, but now we have to repent with our whole heart for Jesus come back, and we know that it's for everybody. It's for everybody. This is our inheritance, man. Those people over there, man, them people are not us. They want to be us, but they're not us. What they say? They say they are Jews and they are the chosen people. Jews are not the chosen people. Israel are the chosen people. Now, I showed you that. Israel is the chosen people. So those who haven't seen this video, I'll bring that to you. I'll bring that to you. Israel are the chosen people. And he said, well, how could you say that? All right, I'll show it to you. Israel, and they claim to be us, and the people not us, man. The people not us. Our Father, the one who kicked it all off for us. I mean, he made sure he went to God and made a petition and asked God a petition for us. Let me see. I'm gonna try to find it for you right fast. But it's in one of my other videos. If you miss it in this one, this is another one of my videos. And I go to that and show you where Enoch went and petitioned God. That's what he did. He went and petitioned God and asked God to leave him a prosperity in the earth because of his righteousness. And God said, okay, I'll do that for you. And that's where we come from. That's where we come. We come from Enoch. Straight from Enoch, and went from Enoch to Noah, from Noah to Shem. That's what we was talking about. We was talking about the pollution, how all of us are polluted. That's what we was talking about. So now, that you go find, look at them other videos. We are one. We are the chosen one. Something like that in one of my videos. And go see, and you see that our father, one of our fathers, Enoch, that's the one who started all for us, and that's who we come from. We come from Enoch. So you gotta believe me. Just go read it. Read it. It's in the book of Enoch. Don't worry. I'm getting a little slow this morning. Don't worry about it. Like I say, I always make 2 videos. Why? Because videos only last 45 minutes, man. That 45, look at it, 45 minutes gone already. But anyway, so now I'm supposed to be getting into the contamination of us. Yeah, we contaminate, not us, but how all those people are contaminated, and everything was contaminated through the whole world. Everything was contaminated, and I was supposed to show you how the Lord God started taking us all off, and this left how he was taking all the righteous people off the earth. That's what I was supposed to be showing you. So let's see if I can find that right place for you. I mean, if I don't find it now in the next video, as soon as I start up the next video, that's, you know, it's gonna be at the first thing on the list. So don't worry about it. Okay, here we go. We going to oh nope, that's not it. I thought that's all right. Here we go. Going to chapter 5. Chapter 5. Jubilee chapter 5. When the children of men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters was born to them, and the angels of God saw them on a certain year of this Jubilee, that they was beautiful, and took themselves wives of all whom they chose, and gave birth to those sons that was giants. But we also know that the giants started eating people. The giants had become flesh people. They had become vampires. They loved their blood because the spirit is in the blood. So that's what they're doing. That's just like when I show you that needle. I mean, tell you about my first 3 months I was telling you about. That's what that is. That's the spirit in that too. That's your spirit in there. What they want to do is alter that DNA like they done before. All right, we give them to them. Because the lawless increase on the earth, and all flesh corrupted in its way. Repeat that. It's verse 2, chapter 5, verse 2. Because of them, the lawlessness increased on the earth, and all flesh corrupted in its way. Men, cattle, beasts, and the birds of everything that walked on the earth were all corrupted in their ways and their orders. and they began to devour each other. Lawlessness increased on the earth, and the imagination and thoughts of all men was continually totally evil. God looked upon earth and saw it was corrupt, and all flesh had corrupt in its order, and all that were on the earth had committed all manner of evil before his eyes. And he said that he would destroy man and all flesh from off the face of the earth that he had created. But Noah found grace before the eyes of the Lord. Now, where Noah come from? Who Noah come from? Who the descendant of, who Noah come from? Enoch. Man, come on, bro. Noah come from Methuselah. Methuselah come from Enoch. So we can trace our lineage all the way back. Now go ask them false Jews, can they trace their lineages all the way back? They can't do it. They can't do it. As far as they can go back, as far as when they can go back to Esau. They can go back to the devil in the garden. Oh, well, my mistake, I was wrong. They can go all the way back to Cain. They can't. That's when the devil said, all you got to do is go listen to the first book of Adam and Eve, the first book, and the second book of Adam and Eve. Then you'll see where these people come from and how they try to get a part of us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. So now we know that everything was corrupted on the face of earth. All right. Wait a minute, I'm not finished with that. I'm not finished with everything was corrupted on the face of earth. Because I want to show you how the Lord did, and he's going to do it again. Yeah. Oh, yes, he did. All right. So we know that the Lord God. All right. Page, we're still in the 5th chapter. We're on verse 18. Of the children of Israel, it has been written down and ordained that if they turn to him in righteousness, he will forgive all their transgressions and pardon all his sins, as is written and ordained that he will show mercy to all who turn from their guilt once each year. So that's what he told you. Then when you read the 12 patriarchs, they teach and tell you what to do. That's right. Okay. So now you tell Noah to build an ark and 7 floodgates. All right. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something different. If I don't find this video, in the next video, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it up for you in the next video. But you know you got to turn from all your wicked ways and stuff, and he will forgive you. He will forgive you. So now I'm going to go in the book of Jasher. J-A-S-H-R. I call it Jasher. Some people call it Jasher. I don't care what you call it. As long as you get there and read it and know what it means, and get to it. Got to get to it, bro. You got to get to studying. Don't just read it. You got to study. Go back and underline things and do things, and you got to do it, bro. If you don't do it, you're gonna be lost. And what I tell people all the time, and I don't care if they hurt their feelings or not. I really don't. Why? Because it's important that you know. In the gangster, you know, you got gangsters. You got what they call them people. Got gangsters out there. They don't call themselves that, though. They call themselves. They got different names for different sects in different countries. In our country, they call it the mafia, or whatever other name they have for it. But those people there, and they'll be afraid. If a man killed his own son, would you not be afraid of that man? So God killed his own son. So if God did not spare his own son, what do you think he's going to do to you? Question. That's a question. If God did not spare his own son, what do you think he's going to do to you? Is he going to spare you? Nah, not going to spare you, bro. Not going to spare you, bro. I'm telling you, it's not going to spare you. If you don't go repent with your whole heart, go read the Apocrypha. If you don't go repent with your whole heart and keep all 10 of his commandments, you're not going to be spared. When Jesus come back, the man who made crucified, who he made king of Jews, he's king over everything. That same man, that's my time, and the next video come on, go straight to what we need to find out. But you got to understand this here. When Jesus come back, his rewards is immediately in his hand for everybody. That's what he tell you. My reward is in my hand when I come back. And y'all waiting on for that, them rewards gonna be hitting out. Yes, he are. Oh, come on, man. I'm saying yes, he are. Yes, he is. He gonna hit those rewards out. Those rewards are gonna be handed out soon as become what I said, reward. Reward in hand. Let's see if it's gonna come back. Nah. No. His reward is all right. We see rewards. Let's say rewards hang. Let's try that. See if that gonna come up. Nah. His rewards. Let's just put down rewards. See what we're gonna come up with them. Because his rewards are with him. That's what he tell you. Nope. Let's see. I know this video's over with, but some people, I tell you, there's some that watch all the video because there's some at the bottom, way more. All right. Revelation chapter 22, verse 12. Revelation chapter 22, verse 12. Now, here's the stuff for you in the next video. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his works should be. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work should be. Oh, yeah, see? It's with him. He brings it with it. All that going to be handed out at the same time. People don't understand that. Nope. All right. Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nation were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the day, and they should be judged, and thou shalt give it reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them that destroy the earth. So you know who destroying the earth? This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says Lord. I'm Elijah, and the name of this video is the name of the video is, man, what could I name this video? Man. Well, we're just gonna name this video the beginning. Nope, not the beginning. Can't name it that. All right. Reward. Nope, can't name it that. Well, look at this timestamp. And this is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit. Say the Lord of hosts.